Howdy, howdy, howdy. My name is Steve Diggs. This is Fast Forward Leadership. Great ideas at the speed of light. I'm glad you're back today. Today, I want to encourage you to own your brand. Steve, what does that mean? Well, my suggestion to everybody that I lead and everybody that I teach and everybody that I speak to is to develop brand you in an effective way. Now, you might misunderstand, you might think that I'm telling people to build their egos, that they should become self-centered, braggadocious. That is exactly the opposite of what I'm talking about here. By building our brand, what I'm suggesting is that we communicate our life message and we learn how to communicate that life message in an effective way and in a persuasive way to reach the people that we love and that we lead. This is why we need to have a clear differential advantage or a clear personal brand. I like what Tom Rath said. He said, from the cradle to the cubicle, we devote more of our time to our shortcomings than we do to our strengths. And don't you see that that's kind of true in a lot of our lives, maybe yours as well, that we get so focused on the things we can't do that we're just overwhelmed all the time. Instead, maybe what we ought to focus on are the things that we can do, that we're really good at, and build and accentuate those. I'm not suggesting that we don't improve things that aren't the way they should be. But when we focus on our strengths, we have that emotional energy then to improve on the things that we may not be as good at as we'd like to be. But in order to do this, you've got to become an expert at delivering your personal differential advantage to others in a benefit-oriented way. Leaders, listen carefully. If you're not communicating your brand to people in a way that is benefit-oriented, you might as well stop doing it, because our job, our purpose for being here is to serve others, to share it with others, and to help others along the way. Now, to become an expert in your field, I'm going to make 5 quick suggestions. Number 1, determine who you really are. What are your core values? And sadly, sometimes when we do this, we realize that they're not where they need to be, and we have to deconstruct and then reconstruct before we go forward. Number 2, simplify your message. Don't use 10 words when 5 will do just as well. Don't overload people with phrases and concepts and talk that they cannot absorb. Keep everything very clear, terse, and concise. Number 3, remain current. Stay abreast to what's going on in your industry. Know what the most effective things are, the best ways to do, what the best practices are of the moment. And number 4, sell your benefits. Don't try to be something that you're not. Sell what you can do and what you can do very well. Number 5, focus on your strengths. Do what you do best and hire the rest. The fact is simple. I can only do a few things very well. I'm really good at a few things, but for most things, I'm either poor or terrible. I can't do a lot of things. So over these years, what I've learned is this. It's always best for me to focus on these strengths and get better and better so I can help more people, share it with more people, and I end up making a lot more money that way. That way, I always have the money that I need to hire other people to do things that I'm too bone stupid to do on my own. It's a pretty good plan, and it works pretty well. Let me show you how to develop your own branding statement. Here's how you do it. I help X do Y so that Z will occur. Here's the essence of my personal branding statement. I help great teams or great organizations fast forward their leadership skills. And it plays out visually like this. We start with a picture that a lot of our advertising, a lot of our promotion works around, of me kind of in a fast forward motion here. And I just simply speak. I help great teams fast forward their leadership skills and grow sales, productivity, and profits. How do I do that? In these 4 ways. Ethical leadership, successful selling, radical resiliency, and powerful branding. That's how it's done. Hey, my name is Steve Diggs. This has been Fast Forward Leadership. Great ideas at the speed of light. Check me out at stevediggs.com. See you next time.